Think about the last time you sat across a table from someone who has power over you. Maybe it was a sterile office during a performance review, or maybe it was a crowded dining room at a tense family dinner. You knew exactly what was about to happen. You saw the subtle shift in their posture. You heard the familiar, patronizing tone creeping into their voice. You knew the exact passive-aggressive comment that was coming before it even left their mouth. And when it hit, you felt that familiar tightness in your chest. You reacted exactly the way they expected you to. You gave the defensive answer, the nervous laugh, the quick apology to smooth things over, and later, driving home alone in the dark, gripping the steering wheel until your knuckles turned white, you replayed the entire conversation in your head. The realization hit you like a physical weight. You did not just lose an argument. You played your part perfectly in a game you absolutely despise. You have been sold a massive lie about how to change your life. The entire modern industry of self-help is built on the comfortable illusion of improvement. They tell you to stack your habits, wake up an hour earlier, read the right books, and stay relentlessly positive. They want you to believe that if you just optimize your routine, you will eventually outgrow your problems. But self-improvement is a lethal trap if the foundation you are building on is already compromised. You're trying to put expensive renovations on a house where someone else holds the deed. You do not need a better morning routine. You need to understand the behavioral script that is currently running your life. From the moment you were old enough to interact with the world, a script was handed to you. It was not written by you. It was written by the expectations of your parents, the early social brutalism of your peers, and an environment that prioritized its own comfort over your autonomy. They gave you lines to read. They taught you how to shrink when someone raised their voice. They taught you to over-explain your decisions so that others would not feel threatened by your choices. They conditioned you to believe that keeping the peace was more important than keeping your leverage. Over the years, you repeated these responses so many times that they stopped feeling like a script. They started feeling like your personality. You look in the mirror and say, "This is just who I am." It is not who you are. It is who you have been trained to be. There is a massive structural difference, and the moment you understand it, the illusion breaks. The people around you do not want you to break that illusion because predictability is the ultimate leash. Predictable people are manageable people. If someone knows exactly how you will react when your ego is challenged, they do not need to use force to control you. They just need to challenge your ego. If they know you cannot tolerate awkward silences, they do not have to negotiate with you. They just have to shut their mouths, sit back, and watch you nervously negotiate against yourself. Your predictable emotional reactions are the remote control to your life, and you have willingly handed the batteries to everyone you meet. This is where the illusion of gradual growth falls apart. You cannot slowly transition out of a compromised identity. If you want to stop being a pawn in other people's psychological games, you have to accept a violent reality about human nature. You cannot negotiate a new dynamic using your old habits. Power does not negotiate with who you used to be. It only responds to who is sitting at the table right now. To change the dynamic, you have to completely destroy the architecture of your past reactions. You have to kill the version of yourself that feels safe, the version that craves permission, the version that smiles when it is being quietly disrespected. The people in your life do not control you through active cinematic malice. They control you through momentum. They rely on you showing up today as the exact same easily rattled, approval-seeking person you were yesterday. They bank on your hesitation. They depend on your need to be understood. When you finally decide to rip up the script, it will feel completely unnatural. It will feel like you are faking it. Good. That discomfort is the feeling of your old programming losing its grip. You must become a stranger to the people who think they know you best. But recognizing the script is only the first step. To actually break it, you have to understand how you are being cast in a role you never auditioned for. Understanding how you are cast in a role you never auditioned for requires looking closely at the invisible architecture of every room you enter. The moment you walk into a new environment, a new office, a fresh relationship, a different social circle, a silent psychological sorting mechanism begins. People do not have the cognitive bandwidth to process you as a complex, evolving human being. It takes too much energy. Instead, they scan your behavior, find a recognizable pattern, and drop you into a convenient category. The reliable one, the quiet one, the emotional sponge, the harmless one, the fixer. They assign you a character, and without even realizing it, you pick up the script and start reading your lines. Look at the brutal, unspoken reality of the modern workplace. In every office, there is a distinct and lethal divide. On one side, you have the reliable workhorse. This is the person who answers emails at 9 o'clock at night, who quietly catches everyone else's mistakes, and who steps in to save the project at the 11th hour. They are praised for their dedication, given meaningless Employee of the Month certificates, and relentlessly burdened with more labor. On the other side, you have the untouchable strategist. This person delegates the execution, speaks in measured tones, rarely volunteers for the grunt work, and somehow commands twice the salary and all the respect. The workhorse is not stuck at the bottom because they lack talent or intelligence. They are stuck because they enthusiastically accepted the role of the martyr, believing that if they just played the part well enough, someone would eventually reward them. But the world does not reward martyrs. It uses them until they break. When you accept a role that demands you shrink, overwork, or compromise your boundaries, you train the environment to treat your discomfort as an acceptable operating cost. You think you are being agreeable. You think you are keeping the peace. In reality, you're handing over the remote control to your nervous system. You're telling them that their convenience is more important than your autonomy. And the moment you try to step out of that little box, the environment will aggressively push back. This is where the trap snaps shut. When you stop acting like the character they assigned you, they will not applaud your personal growth. They will experience psychological friction. Their predictable world is suddenly unpredictable, and human beings hate unpredictability. To soothe their own anxiety, they will try to pull you back into your designated place. They will use subtle social pressure. They will say things like, "You're not acting like yourself lately," or "Why are you being so difficult?" What they are actually saying is, "You are no longer being convenient for me. Get back in your box." Most people cave at this exact moment. The tension feels too sharp. The fear of being disliked overrides the desire for respect. So they rush to reassure the other person. They soften their tone. They send a smiley face in the email to dilute their boundary. They agree to take on the extra task just to smooth things over. And in that desperate attempt to be understood and accepted, they lose all their leverage. They prove that their boundaries are not walls. They are just suggestions that can be pushed over with a little bit of guilt. You have to stop conforming to their comfort. Growth is not about becoming a better, more polished actor in their play. It is about walking off the stage entirely. When someone hands you a role that diminishes your power, you do not throw a tantrum. You do not write a long, emotional manifesto about your boundaries. You simply refuse to perform. You let the dropped ball hit the floor. When the passive-aggressive remark is made at the meeting, you don't nervously chuckle to cut the tension. You just stare at them, letting their own words hang in the air until they are forced to backtrack. You look them dead in the eye and say, "No," without offering a 3-minute defense attorney-style explanation to justify your existence. The moment you break character without apologizing for it, the entire dynamic shatters. They will test you, expecting the old version of you to panic and snap back into place. But when you remain perfectly still, when you hold your ground with cold, unbothered precision, their reality fractures. They are suddenly forced to reevaluate you. You are no longer a known quantity. You have become an unpredictable variable in their environment. And in the harsh mechanics of human psychology, the unknown is always treated with caution. You stop being someone they can manage and start being someone they have to navigate. Yet breaking character is impossible if you are still terrified of what the audience thinks, which brings us to the invisible strings pulling your every move. But even if you manage to stop performing and walk away from the roles others have assigned you, you remain shackled by the most powerful chain of all, your own attachments. You might think you have escaped the script, but as long as you are emotionally tethered to outcomes, to being liked, to being right, to being validated, to being seen, you are still a puppet. The strings are just invisible. Think about the way modern relationships function, particularly on dating apps. The person who holds the power in that interaction is rarely the one who is the most attractive, or the most successful, or the most charming. The person who holds the power is simply the one who needs the other person the least. If you're desperate for a response, if you are agonizing over the time it takes for them to text you back, if your entire week's mood is dictated by whether or not they validate your existence, you have already lost. You have handed them a map of your insecurities, and they would be foolish not to use it to navigate you. This is the hard truth that almost everyone avoids. We love to talk about manipulators, narcissists, and toxic players. We love to dissect their tactics and blame them for our instability. But this is the dagger turn. Your environment isn't actually filled with Machiavellian geniuses orchestrating your downfall. It is filled with people who are just as insecure and lost as you are. They aren't controlling you because they are monsters. They are controlling you because you are bleeding out incentives. You are walking into every room with your vulnerabilities taped to your forehead, practically begging people to use them against you. You're not a victim of their strategy. You are a victim of your own refusal to be indifferent. Every time you reveal that you need someone's approval, you give them a handle. Every time you show that you are terrified of conflict, you give them a weapon. Every time you express that you are desperate for a specific outcome, you give them leverage. You're broadcasting your weaknesses through your actions, your tone, and your need for immediate feedback. When you act like you need someone, you invite them to test exactly how far they can push you before you break. And the most dangerous part is that you think you are being honest or vulnerable or real. You have been taught that showing your cards is a sign of integrity. In the world of power dynamics, it is a sign of suicide. If you want to stop being a target, you have to cultivate the absolute, lethal power of apathy. This does not mean becoming a sociopath or a robot. It means becoming disciplined. It means holding your attachments so lightly that if they were to be taken away tomorrow, you would not even blink. When you stop needing the validation of your boss, the affection of a partner, or the admiration of your peers, you become untouchable. The leverage they thought they had over you evaporates. When they try to pull your strings, they find nothing attached. The silence you offer in response to their provocation becomes a wall they cannot climb. You stop reacting because you are no longer invested in their reaction. This is the psychological reconstruction I spoke about earlier. It requires the death of the part of you that craves significance. You have to be okay with being misunderstood. You have to be okay with being disliked. You have to be okay with people thinking you are cold or aloof or strange. Because the moment you stop needing them to agree with your version of reality, you stop being a prisoner of their opinion. You stop negotiating with who you used to be, and you start operating from a place of total internal sovereignty. That is the only place where true power lives. You are currently leaking energy into 100 different holes. You are leaking energy into your need for approval. You are leaking energy into your fear of what might go wrong. You are leaking energy into your desire to explain your actions to people who do not have the clearance to understand them. You're exhausted because you are playing a game where you are constantly trying to patch leaks instead of building a structure that doesn't need to leak in the first place. You need to stop bleeding these incentives. You need to seal the holes. You need to understand that your momentum is your most precious asset, and you're currently sabotaging it by trying to win the support of people who are essentially spectators. Once you stop bleeding incentives, you must seal the leaks entirely. starting with the most common, insidious way you sabotage your own momentum. Think about the exact moment you decide to change your life. You come up with a brilliant idea for a business. You map out a new financial strategy. You decide you are going to get into the best physical shape of your life. The vision is sharp, the adrenaline is pumping, and you feel an overwhelming surge of motivation. But what is the very first thing you actually do? You do not put your head down and work. You pull out your phone. You text your closest friend to tell them about the plan. You sit down at a coffee shop, open your laptop so the screen is perfectly visible to the room, and post a cryptic photo to social media with a caption about making big moves. You haven't made a single dollar. You haven't built a single asset. You haven't actually sacrificed anything yet. But you are already collecting the applause. That is not execution, that is a performance. And it is the fastest way to ensure your new plan dies before it ever takes a breath. You do this because the actual work of building something formidable is incredibly lonely. It is tedious, unglamorous, and devoid of immediate reward. But announcing the work feels phenomenal. It gives you a rush. You are trading the delayed, massive leverage of actual accomplishment for the cheap, instantaneous validation of people who are essentially just spectators in your life. You think you are holding yourself accountable by making your goals public. You believe that if you say it out loud, it will force you to follow through. The reality is the exact opposite. This isn't just a cynical observation, it is a documented psychological trap. In his landmark 1982 research, later cemented by a widely cited 2009 study on goal intention, psychologist Peter Gollwitzer identified a deeply ingrained cognitive glitch surrounding what he called social reality. Gollwitzer and his team proved that when you announce an identity-related intention to an audience, like wanting to become an entrepreneur, a writer, or an athlete, and that audience acknowledges it, your brain fundamentally betrays you. It engages in something called premature identity completion. Your brain is a highly efficient machine, constantly looking for shortcuts to satisfaction. When you tell your friends about your grand plans and they smile, nod, and look impressed, your mind registers that social friction as a victory. It confuses the act of talking about the goal with the act of achieving it. You get the neurochemical reward of success without having done a fraction of the necessary work. The psychological tension required to push you through the brutal, boring stages of actual execution simply dissolves. You walk away from that conversation feeling satisfied. A week later, you skip the gym. A month later, the business plan is gathering dust. You killed your own drive the second you opened your mouth. To operate strategically, you must weaponize asymmetry. In the dynamics of power, asymmetry is everything. It means you hold the cards while they hold assumptions. Every time you broadcast your intentions, you surrender that asymmetry. You invite unwanted opinions. You invite subtle jealousy from people who quietly hope you fail so they do not have to confront their own mediocrity. You give potential competitors a roadmap to your next move. Information is not a currency you spend to buy social approval. It is a highly classified asset that must be fiercely guarded. The strongest version of yourself is forged in absolute silence. When someone casually asks what you have been up to lately, the old version of you would feel an intense, burning itch to prove your worth by laying out your grand master plan. The new version of you smiles, gives a polite, entirely forgettable answer, and changes the subject. Let them think you are doing nothing. Let them assume you are stagnating. Let them underestimate your ambition. Their assumptions are the camouflage you use to build your empire undetected. This will physically hurt at first. The urge to prove you are doing something significant is a powerful addiction. When you finally achieve a small, hidden victory, the desire to post it online will be overwhelming. Swallow it. Force the energy back inward. Let the pressure build. When you strip away the release valve of talking, that energy has nowhere to go but into the execution. You stop being a person who discusses potential, and you become a person who simply produces outcomes. Your results will eventually speak with a deafening volume, and they will arrive completely out of nowhere, leaving everyone around you entirely off balance. But silence alone isn't enough. To truly reconstruct yourself, you have to curate the very environment in which your silence operates. You can master the discipline of keeping your mouth shut, but silence alone is not enough. To truly reconstruct your identity, you must ruthlessly curate the very environment in which your silence operates. And right now, your environment is likely a structural disaster. Look at the glowing rectangle sitting next to you. Your smartphone is not just a tool. It is an open door to your psychology, and you have left it completely unlocked. Think about how you operate on a daily basis. A text message arrives, and you immediately drop your focus to answer it. A colleague sends a calendar invite for a meeting with no clear agenda, and you accept it because you do not want to seem uncooperative. A friend calls to dump their emotional chaos onto you, and you sit there for an hour, absorbing their panic, allowing their emergency to become yours. You treat your attention like a public park, where anyone can wander in, leave their trash, and walk out without consequence. You think this hyper-availability makes you reliable. You think it makes you a good friend, a dedicated employee, or an essential part of the group. It doesn't. It makes you a commodity. When everyone has unrestricted access to you, your presence loses its value. People do not respect what they can get on demand. They respect what requires effort to obtain. Think about the physical reality of it. Your phone vibrates in your pocket, and your brain immediately floods with a low-grade anxiety. You pause your actual life to look down. You let an impatient coworker or a bored acquaintance dictate your nervous system. That is not just a distraction. That is submission. By answering every message instantly, by saying yes to every trivial request, you are training the world to view your time as worthless. You are bleeding leverage with every notification you clear. The mistake you are making is that you are reacting to these interruptions as isolated events. You get frustrated at the late-night text. You get annoyed at the pointless meeting. You complain about the friend who always drains your energy. But getting angry at the event is a loser's game. A strategist does not look at the event. A strategist looks at the system. The question is not why they sent the text. The question is why your personal boundaries are so structurally weak that they felt comfortable sending it. What pattern of behavior have you demonstrated over the last 6 months that taught them you would be available? You built the system that allows the intrusion. If you want to stop the interruptions, you have to tear down the infrastructure that supports them. You must recognize that access to your mind, your time, and your energy is an exclusive privilege, not a default human right. Power does not negotiate with who you used to be. If you want to shed the predictable, easily managed version of yourself, you have to close the door. You start by systematically increasing the friction required to reach you. You stop answering texts the minute they arrive. Let them sit. Let the silence stretch. Let the sender experience a gap between their demand and your supply. You stop attending meetings where your presence is merely decorative. You decline the invitation without offering a frantic, over-explained apology. A simple declaration that you are unavailable is a complete sentence. When you first implement this system of isolation, people will panic. Their convenience is being threatened. They will accuse you of acting distant. They will wonder if they did something wrong, or they might try to guilt you back into your old patterns. Let them. Their discomfort is not your responsibility. You are not being malicious. You are simply reallocating your energy from managing their expectations to building your own reality. The friction you introduce acts as a filter. Weak individuals, those who rely on your constant availability to validate their own existence, will quietly fall away. Good. The space they leave behind is exactly where your focus needs to go. Over time, the people around you will adapt. They will stop coming to you with trivial nonsense because they know you will not entertain it. They will start respecting your time because they see that you respect it first. In that newly created quiet, you will discover absolute psychological sovereignty. You are no longer reacting to a chaotic stream of external demands. You are deciding with cold precision who gets a piece of your attention and when. You become selective, and selection is the foundation of authority. You stop being a public utility and start becoming a fortress. This level of discipline elevates your status instantly, not because you demanded respect, but because you structured your life in a way that makes disrespect impossible to execute. You become untouchable to the petty dramas that consume average lives. But when you finally control who gets in, the last remaining vulnerability is what you allow them to see when they are standing right in front of you. You have guarded your access. You have built the walls and filtered out the noise. But a fortress is entirely useless if the person standing inside of it is constantly waving a white flag from the window. When someone finally does make it past your barriers and stands right in front of you, the final vulnerability is not what you say. It is what you allow them to see. Most people expose their entire psychological hand without uttering a single word. Their face reacts to a slight. Their tone shifts when they feel defensive. Their posture shrinks when they are challenged. They leak information through every pore, providing real-time feedback to anyone who is paying attention. Picture a high-stakes confrontation. It could be a brutal negotiation with a client, a manipulative boss trying to pin their own failure on your shoulders, or a toxic partner intentionally baiting you into a familiar argument. They throw a verbal grenade across the table. They make a wildly unfair accusation or drop a thinly veiled insult designed to hit your deepest insecurity. They lean forward, watching your face, waiting for the explosion. They expect you to scramble. They expect your voice to jump an octave as you desperately try to defend your character. They are relying on your emotional instability to give them the upper hand. But instead of detonating, you do absolutely nothing. You let the silence stretch. You look at them with a heavy, terrifying stillness. You do not furrow your brow. You do not cross your arms to protect yourself. You do not offer a nervous, placating smile to cut the tension. You simply observe them, perfectly relaxed, as if they are a fascinating specimen trapped in a glass jar. You let their words hang awkwardly in the air, refusing to pick them up, refusing to engage with the reality they are trying to force upon you. This is the mastery of the gap between stimulus and response. Average individuals possess zero gap. The moment they are triggered, they instantly bleed emotion. They believe that if they feel attacked, they are obligated to show it. But becoming unreadable is not about pretending you do not have feelings, nor is it about acting like an edgy, soulless caricature from a movie. It is about supreme, strategic regulation. You are making a tactical decision to deny them the very data they need to calibrate their next strike. You're cutting the power to the radar. When an opponent cannot read your emotional state, their entire strategy collapses. Manipulation relies on a feedback loop. If they push a button, they expect a light to flash. When they push your buttons and nothing happens, they experience sudden, severe psychological vertigo. The lack of a reaction forces them entirely onto the defensive. They threw a punch in the dark and hit empty space. Because human beings cannot tolerate a social vacuum, they will almost always panic and try to fill it. They will start talking too much. They will backtrack on their accusation. They will over-explain their insult, exposing their own insecurities and handing you all the leverage they thought they had. By doing absolutely nothing, you have seized complete control of the dynamic. You stop being a reactive organism and become a deliberate operator. You realize that your facial expressions, your breathing, and your silences are weapons just as potent as your vocabulary. You learn to control your surface so completely that no one can ever guess what is happening beneath it. You become a ghost in the machine of their expectations because you know the ultimate truth of this game. Power does not negotiate with who you used to be. It does not care about the old version of you that used to cry or yell or beg to be understood. It only respects the cold, unreadable entity sitting across the table right now. At this exact moment, you are standing at the edge of a permanent shift. You have two choices. You can close this video, walk back into your life, and continue reading the same tired script. You can keep bleeding incentives, keep seeking applause, keep reacting on cue, and remain perfectly, comfortably average. Or you can execute the reset. You can decide that the person who started watching this video no longer exists. Not a gradual shift, a total replacement. Reconstruction requires destruction. Something has to go. Look in the mirror and decide exactly what you are killing today. Is it the part of you that craves their approval? Is it the part of you that reacts without thinking? Is it the part of you that feels the desperate need to explain your boundaries instead of simply enforcing them? Choose. Make the cut, and tomorrow let them wonder where the person they used to control disappeared to.